What's up YouTube, it's your boy M8trix21 back with yet another video, and I talked about this a little while ago, the Thrilljoy Blue, or the new Thrilljoy picks, and how good it is, how compared to the size of the bigger Thrilljoy picks that they used to have that are now Pix Panoramics. And I think this was one that's really going to set them apart, really push them into the forefront of collectibles, and really get us get these as more of a household name. So without further ado, we're going to talk about this picks here, the blue, the California Blue that dropped at WonderCon this past month. And just talk about it compared to the Pix Panoramic, and just talk about how I think this is the future of Thrilljoy. So let's get right into it. Let's go. So like I said, this is pretty cool. We do have now the smaller version of them that comes in this box, a box this size right here. So you can't tell if it's a chase or not. It does come like this, where it's sealed in the back. You have to pull this up to see if it's the chase or not. As you can see, this one has the regular version, common, and then the chase version, the ultra chase. But either way, I think this is a really cool figure. So like I said, like you open it up here, you can tell if it's a chase or common. This is already open, so you peel this off, and then you get to see what it actually looks like. So I just really think this is dope. And like I said, you compare this to the size of a Funko Pop. Move the mic out of the way. Size of a Funko Pop, and it's very comparable to the size of it. The figure is actually the same size as the Funko Pop. We'll get it out of the box and compare it in a little bit, but this is much better, in my opinion, than the bigger ones. Even though the big ones are still cool, but this is much better. The problem with it is, they did go cheap with this insert. As you can see, he's supposed to be tied in with two different wraps, but if you take one off, I already took it out, so it's really unstable once you get it out like that. So it rocks and it feels kind of cheap. But other than that, I think, and this is a surprise for me because Thrilljoy, a lot of good premium things. And I just think the insert on this is a little bit on the cheaper side. Like I said, looking at the panoramics version of it, how big this is compared to what we have now, of course it's going to fit on the shelves a lot better and do a much better job, I think, of selling out. This was 50 bucks, this is 20 bucks, and I think this is, like I said, the future of Thrilljoy. This is how they're going to sell a lot more of their figures, I think, and I think this is what's going to be way more popular moving forward. 20 bucks ain't bad, especially with the chance of a chase, and these are pretty much limited too. This was a WonderCon exclusive, limited to 1,000 pieces, so I think that's pretty cool. You get a 1,000-piece figure for just 20 bucks, so that's not bad at all. But either way it go, I think this is cool. Box art on it is pretty nice as well. Has that premium feel with the box, the gloss, and then the matte finish of it, and I think that's pretty dope. But like I said, the only problem I have is that insert. So let's get this bad boy out of the box so I can show you what I mean by the insert. And you still do get that card, the card that comes with it, the numbered card. I think that's something that is really dope too. But you don't get it in the acrylic case. It just is in a card sleeve now instead of the acrylic case. So they did cut the cost there as well, but I mean, they had to get their price point down. And here's the back of the card. Mine is number 492 out of 1,000. So I just think that's a nice thing that they still decided to keep with the picks when they decided to go for a cheaper or more affordable route. And like I said, here's the insert. The insert isn't bad, it's just the way the figure fits into the insert. And like I said, you have wraps on it, which kind of keep it wrapped inside. And I just think that part of it is kind of where it kind of doesn't feel as premium as the other figures feel. But I mean, it is what it is. Maybe they can do like a clamshell or something with clear plastic, more like akin to what Funko does, to kind of keep the figure in place. But either way it goes, it's still pretty dope. But here it is, the California Blue. Definitely a nice figure. Quality's on point, no paint flaws anywhere. It feels premium, it looks premium, and definitely a really cool figure. Has a California bag and the back of the figure as well. I just like the way these things look. Definitely a dope figure overall. So comparing it to the size of a regular Funko Pop, pretty much like I said, the same thing, same size and everything. So I really do like that. Nice size figure, so you can keep this out of box and display it, and I think it displays very well because, like I said, it is a very, very good figure. Head doesn't turn or anything, no movements with it, but overall, definitely a really good figure. But like I said, I think this is just the future of Thrilljoy. I think these are going to be what was going to sell a lot more. They do have pixels coming. I think those are going to sell it well, pretty well as well, because they are the blind box versions. But I think these are going to be what's really sells well for them. This, and of course the Mega picks is always going to be pretty dope. But this is, to me, this is what's going to really make them money. But like I said, let me know in the comments how you feel about this, how you feel about this figure in general, and like how you feel about the new direction that Thrilljoy is going in. I know I talked about it in the past, but actually having it in hand really kind of brings it to the forefront. But that's all I have for this one. Let me get all I got for you. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell as well so you never miss a video. It's your boy M8trix21. Peace. Talk to you all later.
Perfect.